A green room. Oh, hell, shit. Let me try that again. We're live, gentlemen and lady. Welcome to the Eric and Rodney show with Robin today. He's back. Oh, welcome, Robin. We missed you. And special guest, Alicia. Listen, if you were in the green room 5 minutes earlier, I'd know how to pronounce your last name, but I don't. So what is
it? Also is Alicia, Eric Ryan.
Alicia? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's Alicia. Come on, Eric.
Thank you, Rodney.
Thank you. So, Alicia, how do you say the last name?
I almost did the acronyms to you last night, but I was like, I'll let him figure it out. Sabedra.
Sabedra. Well, welcome to the Eric and Rodney show. Huh? Yeah. That's what they call production value. Robin, you missed that yesterday.
That's our Opie and Anthony intro.
It's not bad, right?
No, it's good.
Yeah, I love it. It's very ear rapey, but it's.
Where's your headphones at? We can't hear you.
Ear rapey? Yeah, get those, Robin. You need your headphones.
That was almost as cringeworthy as that clip from yesterday. It was horrendous.
All right.
Speaking of cringeworthy clips, you have quite a few that you'd like to do today. Your Instagram videos, it pleases me, but it hurts my soul.
Man. Here's the thing. I don't think people realize the dedication that I put into pickleball, PO, and meme hunting, and video hunting. I am. Those are my three.
You're very good at it.
I fly.
It's your
balance.
That's right.
I like that about you. We started this bit too. We're going to celebrate what day it is nationally. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but it's huge here. It is National S'mores Day. Huh?
That's good.
Nothing. I only do this because
I love s'mores.
Okay, well, this is the question. So you like s'mores, Alicia? How do you feel about s'mores?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've had my share. I guess it wouldn't be the first dessert I reach for, but camping, good memories.
Yeah.
Is it the first dessert you would reach for though in the summer?
No, ice cream, babe, all the way.
That's right. Yeah.
Ice cream is the finest of the desserts.
I eat ice cream all the time though. Winter, summer. I don't really need a season per se or a reason.
I drink iced coffee every day, and people are judgmental about iced coffee in the winter. Like I don't have heat in my house, like I'm fucking drinking it outside. You know what I mean? I'm generally the temperature I want to be. I'm an American, and it's the year 2023. But I only did this because, Robin, have you ever had a s'more? Are s'mores huge in the Philippines?
They were like a huge thing back in like 2010, but now not so much.
Why 2010?
I don't know. That was when it was like the s'mores.
That's when he went camping.
Yeah, probably.
The first time was when he was born.
So s'mores had a year in the Philippines.
That's interesting.
Popular.
Hello, Melissa.
They've been overtaken.
Good morning.
Hello, Melissa. Melissa, would you like to chime in on how you feel about s'mores? Here's my take on s'mores. I think they're better in theory than in practice. They're a little one note. The graham cracker is sweet, the chocolate sweet, the marshmallow sweet. It needs lettuce or something, sriracha. It needs balance.
You know what it needs? It needs to come already put together, and we just add flame. That's where it's not frictionless enough. We need it to seamlessly flow together.
Exactly. It's too much friction. It's 3 ingredients. You need an open flame. You need some way to cook it. It's a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah, it should come with a lighter.
I don't know if this is a popular opinion, but I fucking hate marshmallows.
You fucking
gooey and no taste.
Get him off the show.
It's just
Get out of
gooey
here.
and no taste.
Have you ever had peanut butter and fluff?
No, maybe we just don't have good marshmallows.
See, this is the thing that Americans do. Like, it's not enough sugar. We need to figure out how to get peanut butter involved. Chad was supposed to.
I like peanut butter cups. Those are good. Robin, you don't like you do not like marshmallows, is that?
No, I hate any food that is like very mushy. So like
all 3 of our viewers have showed up today. Thank you guys. We will pay you after the show. Eric will Venmo you.
I already did. Why do you think they're here? They don't show up for free.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Have you had a Peep? Are you familiar with Peeps, the Easter candy that's a marshmallow covered with sugar?
No.
Is that a marshmallow? I thought it was just sugar.
Oh, it's a sugar covered marshmallow.
It's a sugar gelatin.
I can't believe they're still in business. Who eats Peeps?
Have you ever had a Peep s'more? You're talking. Fuck the peanut butter cups. You gotta get a. So Robin, you've not had a Peep?
No, we don't.
You ever had a Peep out of a Peep
in the Philippines?
Wow. Maybe next year is gonna be the year of the Peep in the Philippines, like 2010 was the year of the. It's
gonna take over.
Some weird shit going on over there. Probably. Okay, well, listen. Alicia is here today because she was the star of her very own MTV reality series.
I would like to point out that I was invited before I shared. He said he was bored watching YouTube videos, so I added to the entertainment.
Very nice.
So we're gonna get into your MTV reality show history, and you're looking for employment. So we're gonna get you hired. Our vast network that tunes in every day. Someone's out there. They're gonna hire. By the way, it's not Alicia. It's Alicia. So.
Alicia, and I might hit up that guy Paul. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
The blue ones. Have you had the purple ones? They're exceptional.
Oh.
Are you making the claim that different colors?
There are different colored ones.
There
So
are
I
different
bought
colored
those for Easter
There
this
are.
year.
You know what's funny to me though, right? As I always think to myself, right? Like it took them a long time to come out with that.
What,
Like who in the marketing department was like different colors? I mean, I would have been the first thing I did. I'd have been like different colors, make one with a CD in it. Let's go crazy, right? Let's go bananas.
Well, someone likes pink, so you don't want to mess a good thing, right?
That's true. That's right.
Weren't they yellow for like 100 years? And then they
Yes, that's my point. And then one day they were like, let's do purple or green. Yeah. Scientists. They had a mad scientist in the marketing department. What are you drinking? Is that lemonade? Is that lemonade?
No, it's water with lemon in it.
Oh, God. I thought it was lemonade.
That's a little early for the lemonade.
When I've seen you drink it before, though, when I've seen lemonade, I can taste the lemonade in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm sorry. I'll switch to lemonade if that pleases.
I love lemonade. Sorry, go on.
No,
Very refreshing.
How do you feel about limeade? How do we feel about limeade collectively? Not a fan.
I mean, after like a shot of tequila or Corona,
yeah, it works there. That makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. All right. I guess we should cover the news because America demands our opinions on such things. Robin, welcome back. Can you do the news today? Because it was very difficult.
Robin, did all the planes land safely?
One or two didn't make it, but that's normal in the Philippines.
All right. Let's making sure you had on your air traffic controlling equipment.
You brought up Willy Wonka. Isn't there a new Willy Wonka coming out?
Who the hell said anything about Willy Wonka?
I said Willy Wonka was introduced. Yeah, he made the different color.
Sorry. Oh yes.
It's funny because we're now gonna have like 3 different generations of Willy Wonka.
Melissa, that's the point. We keep drinking it. It's like Kool-Aid, right? You know, whenever you get satisfied from Kool-Aid, you got to drink like 5 jugs of it.
Yeah, it makes you thirsty, so you drink more Kool-Aid, which makes you thirsty, so you drink more Kool-Aid. That's how I feel about bourbon. But yes,
I'm a Crystal Light girl.
You're what?
Crystal Light girl.
Oh, Crystal Light
Crystal Light's good. No, Crystal Light's good.
Very refreshing.
Doesn't it have aspartame in it? It has that like fake sugar.
Probably. What doesn't?
Yeah, that's true.
Water.
Very true.
All right,
Maybe not in the Philippines, though.
All right,
All right. Willy Wonka. You had a hot take on Willy Wonka?
Yeah, no, it's just cool to me how like 3 generations are gonna have like 3 different movies of Willy Wonka. So
why is that fascinating?
No, because I grew up with the second one.
Well, who was the second one?
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
No, so it was Gene Hackman, right?
Yeah.
And then Johnny Depp, and now it's Timothy Chalamet. Is that right?
Is it? I don't know, but I watched the preview and it looks like it sucks.
Yeah,
I don't need to know Willy Wonka's backstory. Just murder children at your chocolate factory, right? And sing songs. The little midgets come out and sing songs about murdering children.
You know what I was thinking is that they should bring Armand Hammer back, and he could really play into the eating people and wasn't he eating girls or something? Physically eating them?
Art imitating life. Yeah.
He's a psycho. He's a psycho.
With all the great meat on the planet, why we're still eating humans is beyond me.
It's crazy. I don't get it. It seems like there should be an animal or something we could take down. But
if
who knows?
They were delicious animals. Okay. Yeah. We'll talk about the news now.
Yeah. Okay.
Are they good ones, Robin? I hope so.
Relatively. I found some good ones.
All right. Let's hear them.
So the first one's about there's this ancient humanoid skull that's been found in China, and it's dating to 300,000 years ago, and it's not like any skull that we've seen before. It's a very historical find because it could add to a new branch of human species in the family tree. Some notable things about it is it doesn't have a chin, but my problem with the story is like it's hard to tell though when like people like Big Neck Ed from the 90-Day Fiancé exist. If this is a historical find or just like a freak mutation, I don't know.
You know what I have a problem with this story, Robin, is CNN pushing evolutionary propaganda bullshit. It's clear that God made man from dust and then made woman from that man's rib, and then they had 2 children and populated the world with their incest babies. This is clearly Chinese propaganda, don't you think? I do like how you worked in 90-Day Fiancé into their story, though. Very impressive.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Just really quick is that I know it's fake because his teeth are blue. So don't try to fool me, guys.
Yeah, that is clearly bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, guys, seriously, get real. I know you're fooling me.
This is the same thing. It's the same, because half the country doesn't believe in evolution, but it's the same idea as people that don't believe in vaccines. Like there's scientists out there digging for years, and then they find this. They found this 15 years ago and just figured out what it was because they're scientists and they like to know things. They're smart people. And then people are out there going, no, we didn't come from monkeys. The Bible says we didn't. You know what I mean? Half the country is a bunch of fucking morons.
I think a lot of people are kind of in the middle, though, too, right? Can't you believe in both?
Oh, Jesus.
And don't you have like 11 uncles and aunts? I saw that video, so there's probably a little bit of that in you too, Eric Ryan.
Uh-oh.
All right, so this is interesting. So you believe in we've just plopped here?
No, I mean, I definitely believe in evolution. The proof is there. I thought that movie with Scarlett Johansson, Lucy, that was very good.
I thought you were going to go with Avengers Endgame. No, she was great in that too.
Yeah.
Robin, you come from a very Catholic country. Do you believe in evolution?
I do. They don't really teach it so well in school. So like they say that like evolution is still a very theoretical thing. It's never been proven, and they like warn you in the textbooks about like just take it with a grain of salt and still listen to the Bible.
Yeah. Listen, I got some proof right here. They found a 300,000-year-old human skull. All right, I think
he's only 300,000. I thought it was 300. My goodness, he's that old.
he's very old. Yeah, it's weird.
Yikes.
Before we move on, I have not seen the new, but I don't like DC.
Wait, who's Batman now?
Well, in this movie, Batman is played by multiple Batman. I believe Michael Keaton came back.
I like Michael Keaton. He's a good guy. I didn't know if it was Ben Affleck or the other guy.
Ben Affleck sucks, but I do think Michael Keaton might be a national treasure.
I think Ben Affleck, can I just say this? I think Ben Affleck, and I don't have anything against the fella, but I think that his career is going straight to DVD. Because I saw a movie on demand the other day I've never even heard of, and he's in it. And I'm thinking, what the hell happened? I think the last movie he made that was halfway decent was The Accountant. And that wasn't even that good. I mean, an accountant is crazy and kills people. What was it?
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Gone Girl
was a good one. Yeah, but he wasn't the star of that one. The lady was.
No.
I mean, like where he was really like leading the show, right?
I think he was really good in Dazed and Confused. Do you remember he was in that?
Classic.
Oh, he was also good in Air, but that was like I mean, we could have played those roles. You know what I mean? We could have played those roles.
Air was good, but he didn't do. He was fine, but he wasn't the star. He was just a guy.
Yeah. He was a bystander.
And he was
He
was only in that because his boyfriend was the star.
That's what I mean, right? And then, like, I remember, I got to be honest with you, people were like so crazy over that movie Argo. I went to the movie theater and fell asleep. I was like, "Is it over? What is going on? I don't understand. Was he trying to deliver a package or something? And somebody got kidnapped? It was crazy."
You paid for a movie ticket and fell asleep.
It was a terrible movie. Yeah, I haven't been to the movies in a dog's age now.
Yeah.
Falling asleep in the movie theater is very satisfying. I saw the first Lord of the Rings and fell right asleep. It was the best 3 hours of sleep of my life.
They don't have recliner seats anymore. No bar. Stay
You
home.
got to get out of that place. You know what's funny is that somebody gave me the Lord of the Rings book one time, and it's like 500,000 pages, and I was like, "Get the hell out of here! I'm not going to read that shit."
I tried to read it. The first 500 pages is describing the forest. I don't give a shit. Just get into the story. Like lush fields.
You got to load it into ChatGPT and say condense.
When are you going to
rewrite
shit? Yeah, I don't know.
It's insanity.
All right, what's next?
I don't know how we got to. I don't know how we got to Lord of the Rings from 300,000 old humans.
How did we do 10 minutes on Peeps? How the fucking?
I don't know.
The writers have been fired.
Okay, so this one is a little bit in the other direction. There's this Utah man who was killed by FBI agents after he made threats to President Biden. His Facebook page was riddled with threats to various political figures, and he describes himself as a MAGA Trumper, and they had like large descriptions of like what he wanted to do with these political figures. And apparently Joe Biden was scheduled to like land in Utah today. So like yesterday they killed the man. Just to clear him out.
To be fair, they showed up at his house to serve him a warrant for threatening the president on social media. And this is just one of Hey, Merrick Garland, you demented weasel. Send your FBI SWAT team to my house. I'm a MAGA Trumper. You won't because I fight back. Well, that tweet aged like milk because he's dead now. But listen, this isn't, he's out of his fucking mind. Here, I don't know if we want to read all of these, but the time is right for a presidential assassination or two. First Joe and then Kamala. I mean, it was just, you can't do this on social media and expect the FBI not to show up to your door.
I don't know. Does he have any friends? Who sent that picture in of him? It looks
I know,
like
that
a
is-
picture of a picture.
You know what it is though? Every like 7-year-old white guy, this is their picture on Facebook. Like it's too close, they're not
You know,
smart.
yeah, you're right. You know what I'm going to say too here? I'm just going to go out here on a limb and do a couple of deductions.
Yeah.
I feel like if the FBI hadn't got him, another 5 years would have. I can safely say this man enjoyed he enjoyed the fruits of life.
Do you think he has the diabetes?
He's definitely a guy. When you put that up, I thought it was that guy Wilford Brimley. I
He
said,
does look like a
what's going
murderous
on here?
Wilford Brimley. Yeah.
Remember when Wilford Brimley was the heavy in The Firm?
Yeah.
I rewatched that movie right when I was on vacation. My wife and I were watching it, and she said, "Oh, I forgot how good this movie is." I said, "I forgot how unrealistic it is." Wilford Brimley is the heavy. Hell, I could have beat him up with my hands tied behind my back.
Look at this, everybody. Poor Wilford Brimley is getting implicated.
I think Wilford's gone too. I think he might be not here. So rest in peace, Wilford. If you're
Is Wilford
not
Brimley
with us, I think he might be.
Was it diabetes?
I think it might have been.
This
Get your
story is
diabetes testing equipment, boys.
all right, so this guy goes on and on about wanting to assassinate everybody on the Democratic side of the table. So I couldn't wait to get to the comment section because this is a Fox News story.
Oh yeah.
They shut it down. This is the only Fox News story I've ever seen where they don't allow the comments because every comment was going to get the FBI to everyone's door because they were like, yeah, Joe should be dead. Kamala should be dead. Come to my house, motherfucker. Oh my God. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
To be fair to the man, he did pull 3 wives. If you read the entire article.
I didn't. I never do.
The last one died.
The thing that's bizarre to me, though,
He was a
right, is that
Democrat.
he pulled 3 wives, but he didn't have enough sense not to post that kind of stuff on Facebook. Didn't he know Mark was going to tell Joe? I don't understand. I'm so confused.
Well, I mean, to his credit, I will say that he did fight back. I mean, it wasn't the smartest of ideas. This is the thing about like the January 6th thing and these people. You're not going to beat the United States government. You're just not going to. It's not.
It seems unlikely.
It seems because even if you beat that SWAT team, there are hundreds of thousands of people, police, military, air
More SWAT teams.
What's that?
There's always another SWAT team.
There's always another SWAT team. You and your 3 guns isn't going to cut it, Wilford.
The other problem I'll tell you too, that people don't realize is that I think is that they don't run out of money, and they're using your money to fund these things. So that could also be it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So bizarre.
Don't fuck with the SWAT teams. All right.
No, you're not.
I got to tell you, this next story is quite sad for college students. Robin?
Well, I was going to ask you guys first.
don't
When you
wanna
guys took your last exam, was that still done on paper?
No.
My last college exam or last exam?
College exam.
No, it was in a blue book.
Oh, well, guess
Blue
what?
book.
Didn't you read the
Well,
article?
in
They said kids these days don't know what blue books are. You just fall right into the trap.
That's it.
No, I didn't.
I've got you here now. You're mine. It's basically a book. Because at Carolina, we had to take an oath that we wouldn't cheat or lie or steal or kill. And then it was on the front of the blue book, and you signed it, put your name in it, and but those were like writing assignments.
Yeah.
Or
He said it with that accent too. Cute.
So that's why we don't get serial killers from North Carolina. It's because they
That's
have
right.
Blue book.
That's right. We don't do those
Bring it
stealing,
back.
killing, or lying, cowboy.
I'm gonna have to
But now I
fact-check
live in New York, so it's different. It's different. I have a different set of rules.
Well, I have great news. The blue books are coming back, baby, thanks to Chat GBT.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. So professors in the U.S. and Canada are saying they're in a state of crisis because there are so many cases of students using ChatGPT to plagiarize and cheat. Now, I don't really know if this is a problem because maybe it's perhaps an improvement for the students to utilize technology that exists to get things done more efficiently. So my problem with education when I was still doing it was everything they taught me was very theoretical. So when it came to applying things, I didn't know how to do anything. It was just theoretical stuff. So I don't necessarily disagree with using ChatGPT.
But for ChatGPT, you don't even have to do any work. You just prompt it with the exam thing, and then you don't even have to fucking read it. In one case, a professor says that within the text, it said, "I am just an AI language model. I don't have an opinion on that." So the fucking kid didn't read the shit that ChatGPT gave him before he gave it to the professor.
He's an amateur. You have to ask it to take that out. That's come on. Amateur hour, please. Come on. I'm pretty much a prompt engineer over here.
Oh man. But they're fucking it for other college kids because now you're going to go back. They're going to have to handwrite papers now.
You know what? To me, the most disappointing thing about ChatGPT, now that we're talking about it, is that it has Bing.
It has what?
It's Bing. It's Microsoft. I don't know what in the world Google was doing. They really fumbled the bag on this one. They should have been all over it because Bard is not the same.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what the problem too is that they're saying right now that ChatGPT, there's detectors, but I will listen to this episode of This American Life. GPT-4 is applying logic now. So as opposed to just being, it wasn't artificial intelligence the first time around, but it is now. So if it can apply logic, there's going to be zero chance you're going to be able to detect it.
Here's the other thing I just want to share with the audience. Write this down. Is that when you're having it write things for you, you just say in it, right? When you prompt it, you say, make this so it's undetectable for AI detection software. Mm. And if you do that, oftentimes it'll misspell, put it, it's more human.
Yeah, it's going to be a real fucking problem because we're going to be paying $300,000 for a college education and a computer is going to write all our shit. We're just going to be dumb and in debt. Oh, Lord, it's sweet.
I think higher education, I mean, it's just time to revolutionize itself, right? I mean, it's been doing the same things. Mm-hmm. Plagiarism is going to be rampant.
That's right.
And I think life moves so quickly now that whatever you're learning in college probably isn't going to be applicable in 2 years, right? Like for as long as college was around, the generation gap wasn't that steep. Now, technology moves so fucking fast that there's no way what you're learning makes any sense. You just got to get out there and do it. Like Robin didn't go to college to be an air traffic controller. He figured it out on his own.
After 10 plane crashes, he said, you know what? I think I've got it now. I know.
Exactly.
My feet are wet.
Figured it out.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. They also said with ChatGPT, like there's this thing called Chegg, which is like a tutoring. Nobody's using it.
It's almost out of business, right?
Yeah, tutoring in general is way down. Nobody goes to libraries anymore. Like AI is already less than a year old. It's killing
everything. You literally can go in and say, summarize this book and put whatever the book title is in there, and it'll tell you everything about it.
I know.
Right. And I love the library. I go a couple times a week.
You're the last It's you. It's
yeah. They know me.
You and the librarian.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this because yesterday was National Book Lovers Day.
I know, I missed it. Yeah. That would have been better than S'more Day for me personally.
Well, we can ask what are your top 3 books as a library goer?
A lot. My favorite book of all time is Nightingale. It's a Kristen Hanna book, so it's definitely more female focused, but it's about World War II, real story that happens, and
Wait, is there a love story that is involved?
There's a love story.
Of course, it was.
Yeah, but I laughed, I cried. It was like 500 pages, couldn't put it down.
Is Ryan Gosling going to be in the movie version of it?
They actually announced the movie pre-pandemic. I was very excited about it. We'll see what happens.
All right, so Nightingale. What comes in number 2?
Oh God, I have a lot. I actually, I read about 60 to like 80 books a year, so I'm gonna have to look a little bit. But yeah, I think there's nothing better than not being able to put a book down. Where it's like keeps you up at night. Much better than social media, right?
Nothing better. Have you tried mushrooms? Because man, those are fucking. No. I think there's like
I don't know if you can even read a book on mushrooms. Won't you get like all dyslexic and whatnot?
Oh, no. I'm separating these things entirely.
No. There's no book. There's no book, Robin. Come on.
Don't try.
Well, who takes mushrooms and wants to read? Come on.
I don't know. Somebody might.
The book comes to life.
Exactly. All right. So I'm sorry. What was number 2? You didn't say?
I know. I'd have to look. I have so many. There's been a lot of really good books. Have you guys heard of that app, Goodreads?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's great. So what you do is, you can have a reading challenge, but you start putting books in that you're reading, and then they'll actually start referring books to you, based on what you read.
Like Spotify.
It's Spotify, exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
We had him yesterday, said that his favorite book was
Ramona, age 8.
Yeah, Ramona.
Yeah, I got that. I'm like, oh, worse. But Abby Jimenez, she's a new author. I read all of her books. It's great.
What's his name? Paul, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Paul, right? Was our guest name yesterday?
Yeah.
I got to tell you something. Paul was hysterical.
He was great.
Yeah, he was good. And
He
you guys
was
had a lot of fun
hysterical.
topics too.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
I
a
think
good
you
guy.
guys might like. There's an author called Matt Haig. More kind of sci-fi thriller, but really interesting. I bought it for my husband and my dad. Some of his
Nice.
books. So.
Matt Haig. How do you feel about the greatest American author, Kurt Vonnegut? Isn't he the greatest American author? I'm sure you agree.
No opinion. No.
What about Steve King?
Yeah, I mean a good thriller, right? But I get scared, so.
You ever think to yourself, right? Like, you ever think to yourself, like, imagine he was your neighbor and they're like, oh, Steve's back at it.
Stephen King. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He likes
he's next
Trump,
door.
right?
He can protect.
He's a big Trump guy, right?
Huge Trump guy. I'm willing to say that Stephen King is a national treasure. You're gonna think we could throw him up there?
Yeah.
He fucking wrote his two best movies. I think weren't horror movies. The Shawshank Redemption and Stand by Me are unbelievable. Not scary.
Yeah. Classic.
I wonder how
They were.
horror books are scary though. Like, if it's gonna get scary, can't you just like stop reading for a sec?
That's not
Yeah,
how
but
it
then
works.
who's gonna like turn the light on when you have to go pee in the middle of the night?
Okay.
'Cause maybe they're waiting on you, Robin.
Rob,
Maybe
you
they're
never read
looking
a
at
scary
you.
book?
No, I have not
Really?
ever.
You read
I
fiction
don't.
books.
Yeah.
I thought Pet Sematary
Yeah.
was-
I'm more a picture book guy myself, like you, Eric.
You like horror books?
Like picture books.
This book sucks. No pictures.
Get out.
We're gonna get Alicia hired, so let's go through the news. We got two more stories.
Okay, let's breeze through these.
Never-ending
This is
stories.
unfortunate. Yeah, so this one's unfortunate because it's a third world country. Presidential candidate in Ecuador was attacked during a national assembly, and he was shot dead. Quite tragic because his agenda was to eliminate corruption and fight crime. But countries like Ecuador, crime wins, and there's no question about who did the shooting because a gang called Los Lobos, or the Wolves, claimed responsibility. And it's a bold statement that like whoever runs the country should also run with wolves.
So this guy took 3 bullets to the head. Very sad. I'm surprised that there's not more assassinations in the United States. You have 4. I looked this up. 433 million guns on the streets, but nobody really ever tries.
Here's the question I have. So, a couple questions on this. Los Lobos, aren't they a band?
Lies. Yeah, the band Los Lobos killed the
Those guys have taken a dark turn.
First of all,
the other
yes, he
question
is.
I had is, and I'm just brainstorming here. He didn't have any security. Like, if it was me, I would have hired the Los Lobos and said, you know what, guys? Now you work for me.
Well, here's the
Now
problem.
you're my security.
He's anti-corruption, and also there were 40 bullets fired at his head. So
Oh,
it's pretty
man.
tough. I mean,
Jeez.
that's what I mean. It wasn't a Lee Harvey Oswald situation. It was a whole fucking.
Yikes. So this gentleman never stood a chance. That's what you're
He did
saying.
not stand a chance.
Okay.
But here's the thing:
Well.
it's cocaine, man. What if we legalize drugs? Do you think maybe they'd?
Is that what he was fighting? Cocaine?
Yes, it's all fucking cocaine.
Well, here's what I'll tell him. Okay. And I know this from experience. And I hope the Reagans aren't listening from above or wherever they are. The war on drugs won.
Drugs won the war on
Drugs
drugs.
are winning. They are winning.
Drugs whooped ass in the war on
Yeah.
drugs. It wasn't even close.
It wasn't even a war. It
You
was
know
like drugs
why?
are like,
I think it's because drugs are a ton of fun. They're like the funnest thing.
if
Everything's
they could come
better.
up with something as much fun as drugs that wasn't drugs,
Exactly.
I'm in.
You know what the great thing about drugs too? They help normal fun experiences like sex on
Yes.
drugs, much better. Music on drugs, unbelievable. Certain food on drugs. Oh my God, can you believe how great this is? You know what I
I
mean?
know, but is
Yeah, I
anything
think-
worth anything anymore with fentanyl? I mean, that's some scary stuff.
That's the problem. If we would just hear me out. If we legalized cocaine and then put the FDA in charge of clean cocaine, there would never be a fentanyl in my cocaine, and then I would never die from said cocaine. This is one of the many reasons this guy would be alive. You know what I mean? There's a million reasons why we should legalize drugs.
And you know what's
I think
funny
I
Well,
saw
about
a
it?
Joe Rogan video. He had somebody on who was talking about, when he goes to Colombia or to South America, it's like the cleanest, best experience ever.
We had that guy on this show
compared
too.
to- Yeah, I'll
We
see what
did.
I can do. I'll ask Cassie, right, Rodney?
James Black said the snow is very white down in Colombia.
Yes, he did. He said he'd been skiing. The thing of it is, though, is I don't understand. I'm just brainstorming here. I'm no politician, but I feel like if we legalize drugs and maybe tax them, we could solve some problems. I'm just because I know at a certain point we're going to have to send Ukraine some more money, so we need to get these drugs. We need to get the profits pouring in.
Let me tell you this. Yesterday, I think I mentioned that the United States, I believe, is $1.38 trillion in debt. You know how you clear that up real fast? Tax
Drugs. Yeah. Drugs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Our
Yeah.
only
It's almost
hopes
as
of
if they
this,
don't know.
our only hopes of this show getting sponsored is by drug
Drugs.
cartels sponsoring
Cocaine.
us. So
Get Los
Los
Lobos
Lobos, if
on
you're
the line.
listening. Yeah, if you're
they're
listening, here we are.
Don't shoot us. Don't shoot us.
We've talked about this too. The fentanyl thing is so weird. Sprinkling in a little something that'll kill your customer base is like, that's bad business. Don't you think?
I've heard of A/B testing. This is a new one.
This is very shitty A/B testing.
Very different. Very different methods, I see.
Here's the thing.
Unconventional.
Yeah. I'm just too soft for gang life too. Like I've watched a lot of I watched the Cypress Hill documentary and those guys were in gangs. Be Real was shot. I watched this other thing from the 90s, documentary Bloods versus Crips in LA. Like this life
Yeah, I've
is
seen that.
very difficult.
Yeah, it's not easy.
No,
It's not for us, Eric. I can
it's
tell you
not
already.
weird.
It's definitely not.
We just want to play pickleball. I want to drink a little bourbon. I don't want to get involved.
Yeah, I don't want
I
to get
agree. You
crazy.
guys are too pretty. Stay
Yeah.
inside.
I can't. No, I can't get involved in the gang life. No, sir.
But who does that appeal to? Like you could just be hanging out in a hot tub and not shooting each other. You know, it's
Yeah.
Robin, does
The
gang
anti-gang. is
Right,
what
I
we
am
should be.
staunchly anti-gang. Alicia, were you ever in a gang?
Can't say that I was.
Or are you currently in a gang?
Are you currently in a gang?
I like both sides, so I don't know. No,
She hopes everyone
I do
has
know.
fun.
I mean, because I'm from San Francisco, obviously, and I don't think
Ooh.
it's a choice. People, they're desperate.
Thank God you got out.
Wait
One
a
of
second.
One of my
San
videos is
Francisco?
from San Francisco.
Okay, listen,
Show her, Eric.
all gonna skip ahead to
Yeah, let's get to. Let's show you.
No,
what-
you don't have to leave too
what
much
you
time at
away
the end.
from.
Okay,
I
ready?
want you to see what you were able to get away from.
Yeah, you need to explain a little something about your city here. Hold
Do you
on.
want me to narrate?
Yes.
Because I kind of know what's going on.
Okay, hold on. I'm
You
gonna pull it
pulling
up
up
for you.
San
All right, North
Francisco?
Carolina, let's do it.
I'm gonna try. Do what I can.
Yep. Okay, you ready? Explain to me what's happening here.
Now see here. This guy wanted to bring in some code. This guy with the broom said, "You're out of your mind. It's never going to work. We're working on Ruby on Rails." The other fella said to him, "I'm a Java guy." The guy picking up the trash, I think he starts getting out. Here comes the scooter guy, and he's like, "Well, guys, I'm the full stack developer. What's happening?"
Exactly. No, that makes a lot of sense. See, I wasn't sure what was happening, but you've explained it very
Now this is
succinctly.
senior management at Google coming in here and hot in the chair, and he's like, "Guys,
No, it's sad. I
Get
mean,
it out
that's
the
one of the
door.
biggest reasons we left California. I mean, it's an epidemic. It's so bad.
But what the fuck is going? Like this just happens on these are the streets
Poverty,
of a
you
major
know,
American city.
and also them allowing it. I
question
left
is,
for
where did he
San
get the
Diego. I went to
broom?
San Diego State, and I never moved back. But it's an epidemic in San Diego too. I mean, I live Bankers Hill, a couple miles from Balboa Park, like beautiful city in the world, and I mean, sometimes you pull up and they're in your driveway. Like it's bad.
I'm
That's right.
ignorant, but like,
Exactly,
where are the
right?
police?
Get the gang like
the
Jesus.
police." There's no police. I think they disbanded the police in San Francisco. It's
Well, how
citizens
do you-
arrest.
How do you begin to police that situation? You got two homeless guys fighting, another one's beating them with a broom. There's a dog that's out of control. Honestly, that's the most annoying part of the video. And then
And
like,
here's the thing, Robin. Then the guy pulls up on a scooter, ready
Right.
to, like he's Bruce Lee. I don't know what's going on.
so would legalizing drugs help any of this? I'm not sure it would. I don't know. How do you solve this
I think
problem?
more earlier intervention, like mental health, even it's related to the school shootings. I mean, they're not getting the help that they need. It's going unnoticed. Addiction obviously is an epidemic, no matter where you come from.
Yeah.
From that gang life or, high hair, North Carolina hair life.
I think you know what I think you do. I think you have to drop those guys off because a couple of them look like real warriors. You got to drop those guys off in Ukraine.
Yeah. Get some shit done.
Because I'll tell you this, right? I will tell you this, and I experienced this firsthand from my college, and just you will never meet. Like I always said this, right? You know how they were like Lance Armstrong's on drugs, and he was transfusing his blood or whatever it was. I don't even know what they were doing. It's just complicated for me to understand. I'm a simple man, but I was thinking, why do you think there's never Tyrone from the ghetto is never in Tour de France? He would win it on a BMX bike.
Absolutely.
If you told him there's as much crack as you can smoke at the end of this leg.
So you think it's a
Lance
motivation?
Armstrong, get out of here. Who is that?
It's a motivation issue. Yeah, that makes sense. I just don't get, as someone who enjoys casual, responsible drug use, how you go from a really great Friday night to fighting another homeless guy in the street, getting hit in the head with a broom. Like, where does that line? Because I just don't understand.
Yeah,
Family,
that's
you know,
a turn.
Family.
options.
Is
I
it
mean,
the
not
same-
everybody,
Video
obviously.
games. It's the violence in the video games.
Yeah. I see. Here's the thing. I don't remember my father ever sitting me down and going, "Listen, when you grow up, you're gonna love ecstasy. It's gonna be the greatest thing you've ever experienced. Don't be homeless." I was like, "Oh, thank you for such sound advice."
I don't think those guys are on ecstasy though.
Yeah, I don't think those guys are
That's true.
I think even if you're on ecstasy, getting hit in the head with a broom by a homeless guy doesn't feel good. It's like the one thing. Interesting. Okay. We have to cover this last story because it's in Rodney's neck of the woods. He's very concerned.
Right.
Is it the serial killer?
Sure is.
Yes, it is.
All right, good stuff.
Okay, so there's this Fox News story, and it really tries hard to link together two stories of two different serial killers,
It didn't do
saying
well.
that they have many things eerily in common. Right.
Yeah.
So apparently it's the Gilgo Beach murder and the Son of Sam killer. And America's always fascinated with serial killers, and they're trying to find a way to say that like they take inspiration from one another.
Yeah.
Rodney, were you living in Long Island already when the Gilgo Beach guy was around?
Yes,
Trying to implicate him in the crimes.
Yeah,
I was there.
you connected.
Is this?
I do remember this. I remember it was on the news, and I remember like the local news because we have like this channel who's like really local.
Yeah.
And they were like, they found a body at the beach, and I was like, ah. And then it was like 2 bodies and 3 bodies, and then like 2, and then like it was like 16. I was like, my God, what has happened? Is this a graveyard?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like years and years and years. No one could find these people. They didn't know what was going on, and all of a sudden, this guy, this Shrek-looking fella, has come to the forefront.
But he was reasonably successful, right? Didn't he have an apartment in Manhattan?
Now here's what confuses me. The man was an architect, and I currently live in the house. Well, I don't live in his house. I currently, in my house, live in the house of a man who was an architect, and everything is perfect in this house. I've screwed up quite a bit, but prior to my screw-ups, it was perfect. And this man was an architect in New York City, and his house looked like something from the Philippines. I'm joking, but it was terrible.
Here's the thing: it's like a cobbler's son has no shoes. He was out murdering hookers, so he couldn't bang nails at his own.
He also
house.
did have 300 guns in his house, which
And Rodney, I did
not
hear
sure.
say that you were looking for a home that had a pickleball court, so
Yeah,
you
right.
might be a little bit more than most.
That's true. That's true. But I concern myself with that Rex is from Long Island. I'm not from Long Island, but it does concern me.
I just don't understand our obsession with serial killers. Ever since I've had kids, I can't listen to true crime podcasts. I can't watch any of this murder porn that's on TV. Like, what about they go into this guy's what his mother was like? What about the fucking victims' mothers? We never talk about the victims. It's so conceptually bizarre.
Did you guys watch the Ted Bundy on Netflix? And they went into
I'm out on all this.
God, or no, the guy that was the necrophilia. He like drilled the hole through the. It was like a 12-year-old kid. Oh my gosh, the ladies calling. She's all, but he's a baby. But he's playing with earthworms, and they're saying that it was his boyfriend. I mean, it was terrifying. I couldn't finish it either.
I'm telling you, you got to take these people that have committed these crimes. Forget about SEAL Team 6.
Yeah,
we have a team of serial killers coming in, dropping them off.
No, I agree. Or the mass shooters. Like,
they'll take Vladimir Putin right out.
They got the Colorado movie theater guy. I mean, let's do public hanging and put a little second thought for anyone looking to come back.
We take the school shooters that are still around and we say, listen, you're a rare breed. You're on the front lines now.
No death row for you, buddy.
You take out Vladimir Putin, you can go free.
No, it's public torture.
That's Suicide Squad, right? You see that movie where they put all the bad guys together?
Yeah,
Just let's Suicide Squad with a whole bunch of school shooters. That'll solve some problems, I think.
Or the mothers,
Or the mothers.
Yeah.
It'll be like, you guys wanted to shoot up schools where they didn't have any weapons.
Yeah.
You're Showtime. You're the big leagues. These guys have tanks and all kinds of stuff.
Well, anything. I mean, I think it would give them a second thought, Like, you're famous, but you're going to really hurt.
You're not going to prison, fellas. You're going to the front lines. We're gonna attach you to a bomb and drop you off.
Yeah. Great news. The son of Sam is still alive because I heard he's in prison, obviously, but he's a born again Christian. So things worked out.
Also really
I don't care. Yeah.
I heard that he was really good friends with Joel Rifkin, who was
they're hanging out.
Yeah, they're friends.
That's great. That's real good.
Yeah.
Robin, do you find America's fascination with serial killers odd? Like as an outsider?
Not really. I kind of like it myself as well.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know.
But we don't really have so many serial killers in the Philippines, and like my question is, do they not exist, or is our policing just so bad that like we never find the people? So,
Your criminals don't have shoes. They have bigger things to worry about than killing, hookers.
Those are the barefoot bandits.
That's true.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Did you watch the Jeffrey Dahmer? I tried to watch that shit.
I tried to watch that.
That's what I was
I
talking
did.
about.
Threw up.
Yeah,
Oh.
the thrill with a 12-year-old kid in the head. But it was also bizarre to me, like how they allowed that guy to get baptized. Like,
That was your issue.
yeah, it is. Like,
Yeah, here's
it
what I
showed
didn't
me.
understand about the Jeffrey
Disturbing.
Dahmer thing, right? Is, and I've been in some questionable spots, if you can imagine it, and not anyone like Jeff's place, but you walk in and you smell that plane, you see it, I'm going to be like, you know what? I
know.
don't care what's in there, unless there's 200 million, which I'll come back for later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. You know what? I'm out, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work for me.
Yeah.
That guy walked in there. He goes, "What's that smell?" I wouldn't even ask. I'm out,
Exactly.
Jeff. When he said, "I don't have any air conditioning," see you, Jeff. I'll
Right?
take care of
That's
it.
another thing, a little desperate, right? Where you
Right.
come
How
from.
desperate do you have to be to try to get a little penis that you're willing to
But there's
deal
no
with
air
dead
conditioning.
bodies? I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Jeff said, "I wanted to watch you model." I don't want to watch nobody watching me model.
Well,
I
he's the
want
guy
some
that got
air
away, so. I mean, that was the
Lucky
show that
him.
I was talking about on Netflix. I couldn't finish. It
Oh,
was
that
just
was-
It was
yeah,
terrible.
it
was
It was
horrendous,
terrible.
Yeah, I can't do it.
The
Terrible
ending was
stuff.
good though. The ending was
Oh.
good.
What was good?
I didn't see
The
the ending.
ending.
We were too terrified.
Yeah, I can't.
Mm.
yeah.
Not good on mushrooms either. Those shows terrible.
Yeah.
The one thing that's not good on mushrooms is murder porn. All right. So before I think we should get to Alicia. So what are you looking? So okay, this our idea here was that we would be so popular on LinkedIn that we would be kingmakers, queen makers, that everyone who
Yes.
watches the shows would have connections. Bada bing. What do you need? Hot tub. We got one. What do you need? Fentanyl over here. You need a job. Get your job. So what are you looking for? What's your experience? The whole thing. Give us start the appetizers, dessert.
Okay, well, definitely sales, account management. I've always been top 1%, number one with all the companies that I've worked with. I wouldn't mind switching industries, but I've been in higher education. I do love what I do, like working with our corporate clients, hunting and finding new clients, and then, getting in front of their front line, doing presentations or C-level presentations, once I win over their trust. But, you got to trying to make that PEO Cassandra money, right, Rodney? And so, so I've been interviewing the past couple of months. We actually are doing a big move to North Carolina, to Mooresville.
That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
Not Mooresville. I'm from Raleigh.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been to
But
Raleigh
close
yet.
enough.
My
capital.
in-laws, they live Cornelius, the Trump
Mhm.
Point area.
Mm.
But obviously remote would be ideal. A little travel.
Okay. So you want a lot of money. You want to be
Well, I
remote.
deserve a lot of money. I'm a sure thing.
Yep. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's clear as day. Yep. So
Yeah, you have to pay for performance. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
exactly. You got to reward. And I think
Yeah.
that's some of the problems with certain industries, because you're making somebody a whole lot of money, right?
and you have a history in Hollywood because you were star of your own MTV reality show, right? What was that experience like?
Well, I will share the video with you guys after. I had to dig for it. It's in the archives, and so I literally just found it, but it's from 2006. And I did go to San Diego State, so believe it or not, they were there recruiting often. I actually have a lot of girlfriends that have been on those early 2000 shows. Was it the one where you go on the date and you have to decide? It wasn't singled out, but I was on Exposed. My girlfriend, she had to audition for it, and then she begged me to do it with her because I'm fun. And it was pretty good, right? Eric, you were impressed. You said you would do
listen, it was-
MDMA with 2006, Alicia.
Absolutely. Your acting was superb. I got to tell
Yeah.
you. It was amazing.
Yeah, it is extremely scripted. I mean, I thought it was going to be fun. They tell you what you wear. They even told my girlfriend who she's going to pick at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had to say every line over like 20 times. I mean, they wouldn't let us use any
Wow.
slang. I'm like, we don't talk like this,
So you're telling me that reality shows are scripted?
Mm.
No.
Well, I can't speak on current
could they?
events, but
Robin,
many
are
moons
you,
ago, 22-year-old Alicia.
Wow. So, Robin, do you think when Big Ed showered with his father-in-law, do you think that was scripted? That was
Absolutely. Any probably
rat was a
father-in-law
paid
got a little
actor.
loved.
You know what I don't ever get about those shows, right? There's a new one out now, and the girls, it was terrible. Her mother died in the middle of the night because she fell off like some kind of rickety stairway. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, again, right, I'm not trying to be a big shot, but if I was going to go over there, I'd be like, I don't really care about your house. I'm going to bypass. You don't have electricity, water, none of that stuff. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go crazy. We're going to get us a hotel room.
Yeah.
I'm going to splurge for the $25, and we're going to live in here for the next month.
Yeah, it makes a little more sense.
Right?
Yeah.
These guys are like, I want to see where you live. I don't. If you don't have Wi-Fi and electricity and running water, best leave it alone. Don't even work. You know what? Burn the place down and just come with me. We'll figure it out, right?
But what does America want to watch, Rodney?
Exactly. That's not very entertaining.
You don't want to learn their roots.
Yeah. Do they want to live there? I think that one guy that time,
Probably
he was
not.
like, I'm going to move to Colombia. And I don't know about Colombia, but where this girl lived was like in the jungle.
Yeah.
But
And I was
humble
like, is this
beginnings,
kind of
right? I
drugs?
mean, look, Paris Hilton, Simple Life. I mean, we didn't know who she was.
Oh, I knew.
Well, back then I'm talking about Simple
I did-
Life, you know.
I didn't
I don't need a lot,
either.
but I need Wi-Fi, electricity, running water. You know, I just like, I remember when I was in Tulum, everyone was like, isn't it fascinating what these guys can build? I'm like, perhaps if they built something where we could flush the TP down the toilet, amazing. Let's try
I'm all
that.
in on that. Modern plumbing,
Well,
absolutely.
and it can lead you places. I mean, think about if you get on Real World, you're setting yourself up for a career. How many? The Challenger,
that's
the
right.
Gauntlet. I mean, kick back and
We
just.
got to go on Survivor, Eric. We got to go on Survivor.
I would not survive. I don't.
I would. I would survive. You know what would happen is they would be like, now, last night there were 8 people here. Now there's only 5. I know what happened to them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's 3 drowned bodies. What has happened?
Do you watch that
What the
show
hell?
Alone? We discussed Alone. You know that show where they drop people off in the wilderness
Yes.
and they have the last man standing. There was one dude who was talking a big game about how he wasn't afraid of bears. He was going to kick the shit out of any bear that he saw. As soon as he got to the island, he saw a pile of bear shit. He like called the boat back. He's like, "Fuck."
Yeah. Wait, did you ever see the one? Did you ever see the one where they work as like a team and they work against the other team? So I was
No.
watching that one time, and this lady was like tearing up this guy's camp, and he's like, I don't know what to do, and this and that. Drop me off in there. I would have burned the village down.
Yeah,
You
that's-
don't have anything to eat now. Like these people, this woman's like, they don't know me. I'm ruthless. Drop me off in there. I'll show you
Even
how it
the
goes.
Bachelor, Bachelorette. I mean, no one's looking for love. Let's be real. You
I don't
know.
think so.
You know, now they have a senior citizen bachelor coming out. Did you know that? It's
Oh,
called
good.
Golden
That's gonna
Bachelor
be
or something like that. No,
I
it's
want to see
good.
the one who like makes a mistake and goes in the bedroom early.
That's amazing. I mean, breaking hips. I heard that old folks' homes are like riddled with venereal disease. Like
Yeah.
everyone has syphilis and gonorrhea because they're just banging left and right. What else is there to do? I can't wait
What?
for an old person.
In old
Yeah.
people homes.
Yeah, because here's the thing,
Yeah.
Robin. Like you don't think an 80-year-old's hot, but an 80-year-old thinks an 80-year-old's hot.
And women outlive their men a lot longer. So
That's right. If you're-
The ratio is in your favor.
Robin's now looking up the old folks home to volunteer.
Can people even?
Yeah,
Stop it, Robin. Stop it
People
right
even,
now.
like,
What you're
get it
thinking.
up at
Stop it
80?
right now.
you can.
Stop
yeah.
it right now. What
I'm-
you're gonna say.
Just curious.
I gotta
I'm
tell
gonna
you.
be. I mean, I'm just saying I'm gonna be 80 one day. So like, these are things I need to know.
Listen to me. Riddled with syphilis, so they're getting it up somehow. You know, a couple popsicle sticks and a rubber band.
I wonder if
Bada
it's
bing,
the
bada bing, go.
drugs.
What's that? Oh, the drugs. Yes,
It's drugs.
Well, you know, I will say that a couple of my dad's friends that have been bachelors their entire life have a very good time when they go to the Philippines.
I think
I'm
everyone
not
knows.
surprised.
Yeah.
We haven't been yet. Robin hasn't invited us to the mainland.
Well, Robin's
No.
got to come over here first. He's still got lots of time on his hands.
That's true.
I think
Robin, will
we-
you invite us over there to stay with you in your closet?
I would, but it needs to be on a very special occasion. It needs to be like a finale of the show or something.
And he's
this is
model, so you
good.
gotta
I was
gotta
thinking it's
cash
just me and
in.
Eric aboard.
What is Love Is Blind? Was that the one where they wore
Love is-
some shit?
They don't
Love
see
is
each other
blind.
the entire time, and so the couples that make it out. That
Now,
just
well, Jenny
not
Wendy,
work.
now you have to explain what the lawsuit is. You know
That's
why
right,
your
Jenny.
father's friends loved going to the Philippines? I'm going to tell you why. Because the hottest women in the world are
most
Filipino
beautiful
men.
women.
No,
Filipino men. You
Filipino
got
men.
got one
No.
word wrong, Alicia.
Well, I will say, Robin, Daly City, so the city right next to where I grew up, has more Filipinos than anywhere else in the world. second to the Philippines.
I was gonna
So
say.
I have a lot of Filipino friends, and they are beautiful women. So
I gotta say, the second most common nationality in a city called Olongapo is U.S. citizens.
Oh.
are they American males over the age of 70?
Yeah, right, probably.
I was gonna-
Probably.
I think sexual tourism knows no age. I don't think it's just our 70-year-olds that are going
Right.
over.
Yeah, I guess you go to Amsterdam, but
No, they're
I had
not
a
as-
nice gentleman at pickleball yesterday say some lewd stuff about one of the female players, and one of the ladies heard him, and she goes, "I thought he was a nice man." I said,
Aw.
I don't know.
Do you want to do this? Can we do this German tourism? This German tour, whatever the date, the fucking Instagram story you sent over.
Yeah, I got some good stuff in there. Didn't you like all the stuff I sent?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
This
was
is
good.
okay. Let's get our opinions on this guy. Hold on, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves while I figure this out.
Okay. Jennifer, Mooresville's an awesome place. I think so too. It's so pretty here.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. It's good.
That I told you to come at 2 p.m. and you came at 2:04, 4 minutes late. I'm not used to this kind of delay. For me, it's not possible, to have a relationship where my partner is not showing up on time. Is that I told you to come at 2 p.m.
So,
and you came at
Rodney, what's your take
2:04?
on this? While I paused it. Germans are very rigid, I think, is what we're
Mhm.
taking away from
Yeah, I
this.
think so. It seems like he. I mean, here's the thing. I was a little confused on is that she's supposed to be there at 2. Sadly enough for her, she showed up at 2:04, but he spent 15 minutes talking about it.
Yeah. Here's the other thing too. I think the hotter you are, the later you can show up to the date. She was reasonably attractive. I think you got to give her 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Here's what. There used to be a saying. I'll probably butcher it, but it used to be like, "I told you I'll be ready in 15 minutes. I told you an hour ago."
Yeah.
Something like that, right? It was something clever, like 20 minutes.
All right. So the contestant let land producers apply the cast with alcohol and provide them with food and water. Oh my God, that's crazy. They would never do that
Yikes.
in Hollywood.
They got paid?
No one would do that. Yeah. They made money.
I know.
I don't believe it.
Oh, and our resident medical expert, David Rudy, has chimed in. I believe this is about
here it is, Dave.
the drugs. They lose control because the frontal cortex starts to become dysfunctional. See, that's the problem. That's where the executive function lies. My frontal cortex is on the fritz. Bad behavior. Absolutely no inhibitions. The idea of old folks getting busy is nasty. Oh, he's talking about them. I thought you were talking about the people in San Francisco. I think.
Oh my gosh, I actually have a funny story for that. Long time ago, my girlfriend got a DUI, and so one of her punishments, from the court was she had to clean up like a homeless encampment.
Oh God.
And apparently, this homeless encampment was right next to a very nice high rise, and there was bum orgies going on that were disturbing the residents.
Oh my God.
She said it was just disgusting, like needles sticking out, condoms, and so she was just walking
least they're
around with
using
a stick,
condoms.
trying to look busy.
Oh my God.
No.
God.
Bum
How do
orgies.
orgies become loud enough to like disturb the peace?
What do you
So it
think?
might have been
That's-
Dirty Mike and the boys, right? Remember that from the other guys? He's like,
What
"Oh,
orgies
Dirty
are you
Mike
having
and the
in
boys."
Hey, there are people too,
The F Shack. It's crazy.
I thought maybe I ran out of hilarious concepts being 42, but homeless orgies are fucking. That's.
Eric, do we have any other videos we could
I
use?
told
here?
you, Eric Ryan, I'm fun.
Homeless orgies. I mean, honestly, what else is there to do, right? Going to work, you probably don't have the internet.
Well, and like, why'd they even get there in the first place? So
Yeah,
too,
that's true.
I've often thought about how like smelly sex must have been when people bathed once a week. Like it just must have been disgusting, right? And then so that's bad enough, but a homeless orgy, can you fucking imagine the smell? Like I think Comic-Con, somebody said Comic-Con smells like body odor and Mountain Dew. Awful. Homeless orgies? Like meth.
I actually read the other day that Kanye West was wearing all those weird outfits. His new wife said that the smells are becoming an issue for her.
Oh.
And that he's wearing those costumes because he's gained some weight.
Have you all these celebrities that came out as anti-showering too? Like Ashton Kutcher only showers once a week and is like, showering's bad for you. Oh my God, will you fucking stop?
I know you elitist. Like everyone has to deal with that.
You know what's crazy to me though is I always feel like these people, right, like become famous, right? And I'm not famous obviously, but I'm not stupid enough to believe anyone cares what I think. And these people will become famous, and it's like you said that time, right? Like, nice 9/11. Let's ask Ja Rule.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Like, nobody gives a shit. Like I remember Ashton Kutcher talking one day, and I'm thinking, this guy obviously he's a good-looking guy, right? But he obviously got lucky, right? He
Right.
became famous. He had enough money to invest in Twitter and all, or X or whatever the hell it's called now, back in the day, and all these other companies.
Yeah.
And it,
Well,
you know,
and he actually was
it's
rated
smart.
as a genius. So I know you guys had that thing with the psycho test.
But my point is, right, is
Forgot
that
about
it's like just shut up, dude, and make movies. You know, it's like Brad Pitt one day was talking about. I don't care. Just make some more movies.
Right.
Right. Get back in your cage.
Yeah, because
Well,
Brad Pitt did say that
Make
nobody
us
cared.
laugh.
Yeah.
They
Or
say,
like when they write,
the
like,
richer you
born
get,
around-
the more kind of
That's true.
aimless and bored. So
Like they're like
people
flying
that are
around in
poor are the
planes.
most driven.
Oh, absolutely. I equated to, like, I don't know if you guys played Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo. Are you
I
familiar
did. I
with
have
those
one
consoles?
here. Sega Genesis here.
So all the games are very difficult on these, right? And then they came out with this thing called the Game Genie. You put the games in the Game Genie, and then all of a sudden you had 100 lives or unlimited ammunition. You're like, this is going to be great. But what it did is ruin all the games because the challenge was gone, right? So they weren't fun anymore. That's what being rich is like. You don't have to work for chicks anymore. You don't have to work for drugs. You can cut lines. Money's not an issue. The game's not fun anymore. So then you got to come up with some weirdo shit like, I don't shower anymore. You go to Pedophile Island, you know?
Yeah, be born with a silver spoon,
That's a
though.
weird
I mean,
analogy.
who would turn that
Oh, yeah.
down?
It's true though. You do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a friend of a friend who the family owns a parking garage, and they're just a bunch of, I
Big
don't know, they
money
might be
in parking
hitting that skid row, but there's nothing. They don't need to even do anything. You just hire a
Um,
security guard and just collect.
I'm not convinced that celebrities go to Pedophile Island just to like get recognition there.
No, not recognition, but I'm telling you this. Listen, I don't understand it, but I think if you can bang anyone in the world and it's just too easy for you, then your kinks become crazier, right? So now you're in bum orgies and now you're attracted to children because like the normal shit doesn't make you happy anymore. You know what I mean?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Or
Like
like
a
a
little bit of
control
mushrooms
thing,
used
I
to do it
think.
for me, and now I eat an entire field of mushrooms because I can't be satiated.
It is kind of weird though, considering I always go back to that Bill Gates was flying around with Jeffrey Epstein, and that was asking him to donate to his charity when he's the richest man in the world.
Yeah. Now
It seemed
nobody
a bit bizarre.
implicated Bill Gates in pedophile.
And Chris
Island?
Tucker was in the jet with him, which I don't understand what he would be doing, and Kevin Spacey.
I think it's a power thing.
You think it's
No.
a power thing?
These men just get off on it. Like these young girls that
But just imagine you're going like, I'm going to hold a meeting in Disney World. You go, oh, great, for the rides? No, not for the rides, just for the meeting. Of course you're going to fucking ride the rides, you lunatic.
Oh, they all knew what they were signing up for. I
Oh,
mean, there's
yeah,
no
they did.
denying. Come on. Let's all pretend.
It's crazy.
They could have Zoomed, but they showed up to Pedophile Island. I wonder why they did. So we only have 3 minutes left. Alicia, do you is there anything else that you want to put out there for the people?
Well, thank you guys so much for having me on the show. I have my resume fired and ready to go. So Rodney Steele, Eric Ryan, if you're hiring. No. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So maybe I'll be back when I am employed.
No. This is what you do. You take this hour-long video and you send it out with your applications.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Technology is forever, Eric Ryan. Says Exposed 2006.
There's somebody out there that's looking for a bum orgy expert, and they're gonna find this, and they're gonna go. "Oh
Please
my
don't
God."
end with that. And I was not the expert. It was a fun, entertaining story.
Yeah, as I recall, she said she had a friend who heard noises.
No, I heard she used to organize bum orgies.
No, she that was her punishment, and she just walked around with a stick pretending she was helping.
Bum orgies.
I got to be honest. When I was younger and I had jobs, I did a lot of pretending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And thank you. Look, David got the bonus plan. So, David, I'm going to have to check out your LinkedIn.
David's a good guy. He's a very good guy. He was on our show a couple weeks ago. He's if I had a question about nutrition, not to get off on tangent, but David knows it, right? Am I right, guys? Does he not know?
David is
David's
jacked
the
out
man.
of his mind. I hate that he didn't tell
He's
me
the
to
man.
Google him before he showed up because, oh my God, his abs has abs. He's like, have you seen?
Well, David, what are you going to
He's
do when you get
incredible
old, though?
He's gonna He's gonna clean up at old folks'
He will,
homes.
he will never get old.
I will
He's
tell
gonna
you
call
this:
Bill
David,
Gates.
David with those abs is gonna be riddled with syphilis as soon as he gets into the old folks' homes. Oh, they're gonna.
He'll
My
outlive us
worry
all.
for Dave, my worry for Dave, if he's ever in a nursing home, is that he will be attacked by everyone in the nursing home.
Yeah, but
The young people, the old people, all of them.
Something tells me he can fend them off. Have you seen David? Get on.
They'll be like this in their wheelchairs. trying
He's
to
there
get
for
to
the
him.
grandkids.
Yeah.
We need to show up his pictures of the bodybuilding competition when he's
Yeah, I was gonna
younger.
say I've never
Those are gonna
asked
be-
another
yeah.
man for this, but David, send in a shirtless pic. We gotta show the world. Everybody needs.
I want to see some of Robin's modeling pics. Come on, Robin.
Oh,
Oh, they're
How
on
do
his
you know about
Instagram.
that?
They're on
I
his
watched.
Instagram.
I had to be prepared.
Okay.
Wait until you
I have
see
a lot of
Robin's
feet
tricep.
pics too. Interesting.
I'll send you guys my YouTube video. Tell me if you watch it.
If you think Robin's triceps are nice, wait till you see his feet. Oh my
Uh-uh.
god! All right, we gotta go.
Thanks.
Goodbye, America. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye,
Please
guys.
stick around for